All right. Hey, people. Hey, people. Hey, people. It's another glorious Wednesday, and you know what time it is, baby. So get your crumpets together because, my darling, it's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea with Big Meats. Hey, babies. How's it going out there, honey? I'm doing fine. Thank you all for coming in. I love you with all of your love and support and for standing behind what it is that we do here at Dishing Tea. For those of you who want to join in on the conversation, I implore you, honey, dial in at 347-205-9183. Once again, the number is 347-205-9183. If you press the number 1, that lets me know that you have something to say, you want to get in on the conversation. If you just want to listen, that's fine too. If you're over there on the computer, honey, I got my tea room is open, so you can go over there and say hello to the kids over there in the tea room. Make sure that you dish tea over there responsibly, people. We can agree to disagree, but please don't be disagreeable. I don't want to come over there and see y'all trying to throw sinks and everything through one another at the computers. Okay? Now we're going to keep things moving right along. I'm having such a wonderful day. Child, it's T-minus 37 days and counting until I turn 40. So the month of March is going to be something really, really cute. So I will keep you guys posted with that. Here is my disclaimer to everyone. This show is for mature audiences only, and the language, because y'all know I have a potty mouth, and the subject matters are not appropriate for children or anyone who is not mature enough to handle the topic, so your listening discretion is advised, okay? Now, let me have a quick shout-out to all of my sponsors. Thank you, sponsors, for believing in Dishing Tea. Say hello to Trade Day Management and PR firm, Travion Davenport over there. To get in contact with Travion Davenport and Trade Day Management, contact them at 678-523-3088, or you can email her at tradedaypr@gmail.com. Tradeday, TREADAYPR@gmail.com. Say hello also to Pharaoh's Treasure Box out there in Detroit, Michigan. Hey, Pharaoh, thank you for your love and support. For all of your design and decorative needs, you can contact Pharaoh's Treasure Box at 248-688-5178 or 5179. You can email them at Pharaoh's Treasure Box at Comcast.net. Once again, Pharaoh's Treasure Box at Comcast.net. Also saying hello and a special shout-out to Parisian Wine Productions, music to lighten your spirits and lift your souls. Paris Hairston is the CEO. You can get in contact with Paris at Paris42268@yahoo.com. Once again, Paris42268@yahoo.com. Saying hello also to C-Train Productions. You're on board with the right train for all of your entertainment needs, honey. Contact Omar Casserly at www.ctrainproductions.com, www.ctrainproductions.com. And also saying hello to Life Fellowship of Christ Ministries, Live in Freedom Everywhere, LIFE, Life Ministries. Reverend James Coleman is the leader and the founder of the Ecumenical Social Justice Ministry. For more information, you can contact him at 313-833-9278. So thank you to all of my sponsors, and I'm looking for more. So if you wanted to be a sponsor, just email me at dishingteawithbigmeech@gmail.com, and we'll outline a few things for you, okay? It's real simple, just real simple. All right, now we're going to get things moving right along, honey, because I've been anticipating this for quite some time. I reached out to this young man, and when he and his team, his lovely wife, honey, is his PR person, and she said, oh, darling, we'd be more than happy to do this. I said, well, love a mundo for me, because it's been a while that we've heard from him. But I want you guys to know, honey, this cat is still doing his thing. He's about ready to break out with a brand new CD project and carrying on. And I got to get into his psyche just a little bit, honey, because I need to find out what was going on in between time that we have not heard from him. You know, he's married, he's been raising his family and things, and he's also brand new to the ATL. So without any further ado, I want you to put your hands together because I get such a lovey-dovey feeling every time I think about this child. This is the maestro himself, Mr. Tony Terry. Tony, baby, thank you so much for wanting to dish tea with me, baby. What is going on in your world, mister?
Hey, it's all good, man. How you doing, partner?
Honey, I am everything, and everything is me.
You are happy, you are carefree, and you are gay. Yes, you're gay.
Oh, did you say that?
Hey, look, was that you singing, man? Was that you singing?
No, I wish it was. No, that wasn't me. Although, no. His name was Carl Bean. He's currently the bishop and the archbishop, rather, and founder of the Unity Fellowship Church movement. Mother Church is out there in California, and they have several churches across the country. And I was a member of them at one point.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's for all technical purposes. I call him Mama, but yeah, that's Bishop Carl Bean, honey.
He put it down.
From back in the day. So okay, wait a minute. I got to recoup from that. He just threw that at me, baby. I wasn't ready. I was not ready. But thank you for coming out. And now listen, baby, because, darling, let me say this. And see, I'm waiting on my best friend to chime in, honey, because, see, you're one of his favorite singers. When I told him you was coming on the show, he took off work so that he would make sure that he's in on the show. And I know when I bring him in, honey, he's going to flip his lid, because I don't think that he realized that you had a gospel album too. And when he finds this out, he's going to lose his mind. Wow. But nonetheless, let us start with the basics, because not everybody knows your story into becoming Tony Terry. Okay. You know, let's take us back to the early days when you were Anthony, honey. If Anthony was ever the name.
Antonio.
Okay.
Antonio.
Actually, see.
Yeah.
Break it on down, baby. Take us back to those early days, and then let's see how the pieces connected to where Tony Terry emerged.
Okay. Well, you know, the early days can be kind of scary sometimes. But
baby, we all got to pay.
But look, check this out. You know, I was always double T. I was Tony Terry throughout. You know, as far as I can remember. You know, in fact, I hated my name, Antonio Miguel. My name is Antonio Miguel, and I'm just your average black man. There's nothing Spanish about me at all, except my name. And you know, I grew up. I'm born in North Carolina. And I grew up in D.C.
Right.
I'm a product of D.C. public schools, you know, for all that that's worth. You know, I graduated from the Duke Ellington School of the Arts in D.C. in 1982. And then I jumped immediately into the arena of, you know, just trying to make it happen for myself. You know, growing up, I remember my earliest recollection of being a performer at like 6 or 7, singing in church, and the song was Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way in the middle of the air. And I didn't want to sing it. My grandma was like, baby, go on, sing that song. Go on and sing it now. I'm looking at the church, looking at the clock in the back of the church, and just really focusing on the clock in the back of the church, because I was horrified, and you know, I didn't want to do it. But you know, after that first time, you know, I knew that the gift of song that I had was like the calling on my life, that I was going to make music. So I never questioned it. I always, you know, so the you know, different situations presented themselves for me to sing in choirs and church, and you know, funerals, and you know, this function or that function, family gatherings. You know, so you know, it was all about just one step to the next step, all, you know, leading to where we are now. You know, as I said, I left high school in 82, or graduated high school in 82, and then I began working for Howard Johnson's, believe it or not.
Get out of here.
And I somehow convinced Howard Johnson's that I had a Howard Johnson's logo tattooed on my ass, because I needed them to hire me as a manager, and I was not any other way qualified unless I completely committed to them. And so I worked there for about 2 years as a manager, And then I got an opportunity to go to New York. This was in D.C. And I got an opportunity to go to New York to do a musical called The Black Nativity, which is a famous piece written by Langston Hughes that happens annually somewhere in the world around Christmas time. And I heard about the audition, and I came on up, and I quit my job. I actually, I looked at my assistant manager. First of all, I got the call that there was the audition in New York, and I decided I was going to go. And I looked at my assistant manager, and I gave him the keys to the restaurant, and I said, "You are now the boss." And I never went back. And I went, and I knew that I wasn't coming back, so it didn't really matter how I left. I knew I was never coming back. I was never going to work in a restaurant again, et cetera, et cetera. So I moved up to New York, and at that time, I was like 19, 18 in there, and I was making really good money, maybe $700-800 a week, which is great money for an 18-year-old.
Hello,
and
right?
That's great money now. You can get it.
I was okay. Get out of my head now.
You know what I'm talking about? So look, so I take this gig in New York, right? I get the gig,
right?
And the gig was paying $35 a week. And that didn't matter. That didn't matter.
Right. I know.
I was doing what I needed to be doing, and me and my cousin Andre Smith, who I love to death, who's now living in New York and hosting. He has a pretty regular gig at the Sugar Bar, which is owned by Ashford and Simpson on 72nd Street.
Yes.
He does the open mic on Thursday nights. I'm assuming you're in New York because of your area code and your phone number.
No, darling, I'm in Atlanta, honey.
You're in Atlanta?
Don't let Blog Talk twist you.
Why you got a 347
Listen,
area code,
it's
man?
Blog Talk. Blog Talk gave me this number. Listen, child, I just said, yes, I want to do this, and they say, here's your number.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay. All right, that's what's up. So me and my cousin, we moved to New York, and, we were making $35 a week, so we didn't have enough money to, find a place to live. We didn't have enough money to pay rent. We barely had enough money to eat, so we chose to live at the theater. So I made a pallet under my dressing room table. We literally lived in our dressing room.
Get out of here.
And but I was doing what I was passionate about, and all of it for me was having a ball. I was having a ball, and we weren't making any money, and I found there were times when we had to share a Snickers bar. We had to split an apple in half, and that was what we were eating for the day. Really trying to stretch our money and keep it going. So that was part of the paying the dues and just really getting it in. But for us, we were living. I mean, we were really doing the damn thing.
I know. I'm having flashbacks, child. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were doing it. So. During the day, the theater was a business and was operating. So we had to get up before 10 o'clock, and we'd be partying late at night after the show or whatever. We'd have to get up and fold up our pallets so that they could operate their business during the day and have to find something to do. And then ultimately, the theater found one of their theater patrons to house us. And why did we get a lady who lived very much like Little House on the Prairie in New Brunswick, New Jersey? She lived in a 4-story home that was heated by wood, a wood-burning furnace on the entry level, and she had about 20-25 cats. And on that level, she had a cubby hole that was like a built-in. That was a bed of sorts, and that's where her cats stayed. And me and my cousin cleared the cats out, and we cleared the cats out, and I slept on one end of the bed, and Andre slept on the other end of the bed, and we were doing it, but we have to get up, when the wood burning stove. Now this was in like 84. So he was living like this, wood burning stove. We had to get up and go chop wood and put it in the wood, the daggone the furnace to keep the house heated. And she would make everything. She made her own food. She pressed her own apples for apple juice. She made her own bread. She made her own clothes. And me and my cousin was like, "Cuz, what are we doing? Look at us." But we were living it. We were doing it. We were on stage. We were performing. And so that evolved. And then it was over. Then it was on to the next thing. And I moved. That was in New Brunswick, New Jersey, at Crossroads Theater. After that, moved on into the city, into New York, and started pursuing the music for real. and I partnered up with a brother that I had met who was one of the musicians in the show, Daryl Moe, who's one of the musicians. I can go on and on, so anytime you want to interject, just ask me to.
It's your time, baby. Go. Dish it, baby. You audition your team. Dish.
I moved on to New York. Me and Daryl. I moved in to the into the apartment that Daryl was living in with another roommate, and so now there were three of us, three roommates living in this huge apartment on Riverside Drive in New York. And Daryl and the plan was that we were going to be the new or the black, the urban Hall & Oates. He played keyboards and I was.
Oh, get out of here! Not Hall & Oates. Get
Hall & Oates. Yeah, Daryl.
Okay, METHODOSLOVE. Go ahead now.
Right. We were and Daryl was this high-strung, typical New Yorker, black and Puerto Rican brother, very talented, very high-strung, very intense, and just in New York, you got to be quick on your feet. People move quickly.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's about getting it done. So I recorded my very first demo with Daryl, and I'll never forget the song. It was called "Don't Hold Out." And it actually led to me getting signed to a management company called Platinum Vibe Productions, which was the company that signed me to Capitol Records. My first deal was on Capitol Records, and then onto Epic, and then Epic, which is where I had my. I never put out a record on Capitol Records, but I was signed to Capitol. And Epic bought the deal, and then, the rest is history relative to that. We put out the first album, which featured She's Fly and Lovey Dovey, and then the second album, which featured Head Over Heels and With You, of course. And,
yes.
And Everlasting Love. And then I moved on to Virgin Records, which is when we did When a Man Cries. And
When a Man Cries. Woo!
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Oh, my God, honey. Do you know, I just pulled that CD because I found that the baby, listen, they done sit up there and had the audacity to put that on CD so that I can rebuy it. So I went out and I rebought this on a number of occasions because I wore out my tapes. I'm coming from cassette tapes era.
Right.
So I done wore out the tapes and things, but they've put this on CD, and I'm surprised it doesn't skip yet because my best friend and I told you, this is one of his favorite CDs as well.
Oh wow! I think that's one of my best albums actually. It just did not get the attention that I thought that it deserved. But I was on the label at the time with Janet Jackson was on the label. She was the big star, Lenny Kravitz, and After Seven. They were like the three hot commodities on the urban side at the time that I was signed to Virgin. So they were, when I was on Epic. Let me just back up a little bit. When I was on Epic Records. And I'm going to share some stuff with y'all that a lot of people just don't know. When I was on Epic
Records,
why
I say dish it, baby, dish it.
When I was, we did the first album, and they just didn't know what to do with me. They didn't.
Right.
They just didn't know. And so it was time for the second album, and I had chosen With You to be the first single. Off of actually, Head Over Heels was the first single. I had chosen With You to be the second single, the follow-up single, and I was called into the label by the president, Dave Blue, who called me into the office to convince me to not only not release With You off as a single, but to take it off of the album. He told me that he said, listen, I'm going to be frank with you, Tone, and and I got to tell you, only Stevie Wonder could do a song like this and get away with it. But I knew that there was something special about the song at that time because there was a lot going on in my life. I had a daughter out of wedlock. Well, I didn't have a daughter, but I got this young lady knocked up, and
okay, we're gonna get to that later. Go
ahead. And I had gotten custody of my daughter, and it was around the same time that I recorded With You. And, I just felt like, yeah, it's corny, yes, it's syrupy, yes, but it's true. The story, the emotion behind the song is true. The intent of the song is true. And so I was able to convince them to release the song as a single. And but they didn't believe in it, and they didn't support it. In fact, I think they might have sent the record out to radio as a white label back in the day when they, when I first started back in the early 80s. They would send white labels, and a white label is just a single with just a white label on it with absolutely no information. It doesn't have a. It doesn't
have. Oh, get out of here!
It doesn't have the artist name on it. It doesn't have anything. It's just a plain 45 with no information on it. And so, the record started to live. It started to slowly, spread, and it wouldn't go away. And then one day, in my manager's office, it was a full-scale operation with the receptionist and all that kind of stuff in several divisions. But I happened to walk into the office, and the receptionist was not at her desk.
Mm-hmm.
And the phone rang, and I answered the phone. Hello, Platinum Vibe, artist only, and it was Anita Baker. She says, "This is Anita Baker.
Here.
This is Anita Baker. I'm trying to find Tony Terry." And I'm thinking, of course, this is not real. This couldn't possibly be real. And so I'm playing along because I think it's a joke. So I'm like, okay, this is Tony. She said, Tony, this is Tony? Tony Terry, listen, I have to tell you, I was in my bed asleep last night, and I was awakened by one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard in my life. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Right. And she said, you were on the Party Machine, which was, I had done the Arsenio Hall show, and then if you remember back, the show that came on after Arsenio called The Party Machine, which was hosted by Nia Peoples.
Yes, oh God, are you taking me back to? Oh my God, yes,
way
I remember
back.
that.
And at the time, she was married to Howard Hewitt. So
Howard Hewitt,
yeah, she told me that that her television was on, and the performance came on, and it woke her up, and she thought it was one of the most beautiful songs that she had ever heard. And now, of course, I'm thanking her and thinking, still not convinced that I'm actually talking to Anita Baker because I had not met her at that point.
Okay, right.
And so she's like, so tell me this, Tony Terry. She called me my whole name, which a lot of people do. Tony Terry, how come I haven't seen a video? And I was like, well, to be quite honest, the label doesn't think that this song is a hit, and there's not a video, and there's probably not going to be a video. She was like, what? Those people wouldn't know a hit if it hit them in the forehead. She said, Keith Washington is signed to my label, and he couldn't shine your shoes.
Wow.
Said, Tony Terry, listen, I'm going to send you a check for $50,000. Shoot a video. Ooh. I was like, get out of here. This has got to be a joke. What are you talking about? You're going to send me a check? See, I'm going to send you a check for $50,000, and I want to call my friend Blair Underwood, and I want him to direct. I want you to call him. I want you to tell him that I told you to call him, and I want him to direct the video. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, right. Well, 2 days later comes the certified check via certified mail from Anita Baker for $50,000. And, we deposit the check, and I call Blair, and the rest is history. We go on and shoot the video, and then, it is what it is. Now, of course, when I go back, when the label, now we're talking about Sony, Epic Records.
Okay, right. Okay, then there we go.
The label finds out that Anita Baker, an artist who's not even on Sony, she's on Elektra Records, has paid for and produced a video for their artist. They couldn't believe it. And then, then the record became a #1 record, urban record, and then a #2 pop record. And then, of course, they moved in, and, the Big Machine, Tommy Mottola, and all those guys, they were like, we knew it was a hit all along. We knew that we
get the fuck out of here. See, don't you make me hit them.
Special with this guy, and we knew that that the song was going to be a classic, and we knew, and that just made me so angry because I couldn't tell you what I had to go through to get them knuckleheads to agree to even release the damn record, and then they wouldn't even support it once it was released. So
wow. Now see, here is because see, I'm glad that you went into that because that was one of my questions. When you became inoculated with the business of music and entertainment, see, I'm an actor and I'm a singer. I haven't recorded anything. But in this business, and I'm still local, working on getting and aspiring to do a lot of the things that you've done and many others who I look up to who are out there on the grind.
Mm-hmm.
But what is that for you when you really understand the business behind everything? When the fun was over and it's time to sit down and you realize I may have to crack a couple of skulls or whatever. What was that like for you in that whole transition?
It was a long process, actually. I started very, very young. And, I grew up in D.C., but I'm from North Carolina. and from a small country town that I go home to as often as I possibly can. You know, we speak to strangers. We wave at people. Cars go by. We sitting on the porch. We wave. And, you know, you walk, you meet a stranger. You know, people. We've had situations where people have walked up to our front door and said, "I'm hungry," and we feed them.
Right,
and,
exactly.
You know, that's just where I come from. So, you know, now I'm in New York, and none of that happens. You know, you get on the elevator, you don't speak to nobody. You get on the elevator, I speak to somebody, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they look at me like I'm crazy or like I want something.
Like you're crazy. Hello.
And so I signed to this production company, as I said, Platinum Vibe Productions, and I believed that they genuinely cared about me. But I later learned that all I was a cha-ching. A dollar sign. I was potential money maker for them, and because you know I was so gregarious and so willing to believe that people are inherently good, I trusted them, and you know, I put my life in their hands. I even said that I'm putting my life in your hands, and that's all they need to hear. So they took advantage of me. They set up production companies and publishing companies in my name that I didn't know about. They stole.
Get out of here!
I made millions of dollars that I didn't see. They stole my publishing. You know, when I would get publishing, when I wrote Lovey Dovey, and when that became a #1 record, they got the award. And you know, all that stuff was like really, you know, was eating away at me. And you know, it wasn't their job. And in retrospect, you know, while it pisses me off because you know, I lost a whole lot of money, but I see, you know, I just saw the how shrewd business can be, and how people, you know, it really is a dog eat dog world. So, you know, I was thinking that they were taking care of me and taking care of my taxes, and you know, we would go on trips and we'd go upstate New York and go fishing, and you know, I later found out that I was paying for the damn fishing trips. I was paying for the trips here and the trips there, and you know, I had and my cousin Andre, who I absolutely love today. You know, we had a falling out for a few years because. Well, for a couple of reasons. But one of the reasons was that, you know, I walked into my management office and to my manager's office, and I noticed that my business checkbook was out on her desk and open. And there was no reason for that to have been the case. And I'm like, why is my checkbook open? She's like, well, why are you looking on my desk? And then I noticed that I had been paying my cousin's rent for 5 years, and I didn't know about it. So I knew that I was paying him a salary to work for me. He was my stylist, and he sang backup for me, and we recorded. We were thick as thieves. We recorded. In fact, he's singing backup on With You, and so to find out that I had been paying his rent on top of the fact that I knew that I was paying his salary, and I knew that I was, you know, taking care of him. I had gotten him a condo in the same building that I was living in. I gotten him a studio condo in the same. So I just kind of thought, you know, how could y'all, you know, why would y'all do this? And so that was the beginning of the end of my relationship with them and him for a long time.
Wow.
And you know, it got pretty scandalous, and you know, the nature of the beast is that, you know, you have to be your charge if you're in the entertainment business is to educate yourself. You know, just like if you're going to be a doctor, you have to educate yourself. You're going to be an attorney, you have to educate yourself. You can't become a doctor until you spend 7 years in school. You can't become a lawyer until you're 7 years in school. You can't become this or that without preparation. And the same would be true if you're entering the business of music or the business of anything. You have to be informed. You got to know what the heck you're doing before you sign on the dotted line. You really do. And it's not, if I am a businessman who is unscrupulous and you come to me and you are ignorant and, you know, and I'm trying to make money and I see you as, you know, I see dollar signs every time I look at you and, you know, I say, look, okay, I want you to sign a management contract and, yeah, I want 50%. Well, I'm not saying that I signed that, but I'm saying it happens. And
it happens, right.
And you
not
don't
know
know
percentages, yes.
And you don't know any better, and you sign the daggone agreement that gives your manager 50%. Hey, you know what? Wow, that is really unscrupulous. I would have, if it were me, I would have tried to educate you because, see, I'm about long-term relationships. I'm about, you know, taking care of each other so that we can, if I take care of you as my artist, then you're going to take care of me, and then our relationship can be a long-term, and we can make money from here till kingdom come. Well, it didn't happen like that. And so, you know, I made a lot of money. I learned some lessons the hard way because I had a lot of money stolen from me. And I became jaded. And, You know, I was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, fuck the horse you rode in on, and all that.
See?
I was really there, and I didn't want to sing anymore.
Next? Right.
I didn't want to sing anymore. So for a few years, I stopped. You know, the way for me to get back in control, the way for me to get back on top of my situation was to not sing, because that they couldn't take away from me. So after my album on Virgin, I decided that's it. I'm not going to write anymore, and I'm not. Every time they call me for a session, I'm going to have a sore throat.
Oh, get out of here.
So,
right.
And so, you know what I did? So that's what happened, and so I found myself jaded and my spirit broken. And this is the real Tony Terry. This you want the tea? This is the tea.
Yeah, baby.
I started using cocaine. I started using drugs. I entered the world of darkness and spiraled. I went wide open, with my eyes open, knowing what I was doing. But one thing that I did not know, that me using cocaine was going to completely infiltrate my life and rob me of people who I cared about and people who cared about me. So I let relationships and friendships go unnurtured as I began to use more and more cocaine and didn't want to sing anymore. And then I found myself living in New York alone and still with a record deal, but I had this was in maybe 2000, and I had put out an independent an album on a label called Golden Boy, and I had a song on that album. I have a song on that album called I Don't Want to Stop. And that song, if you don't know that album, and I have another song on there which was a great radio record called Meet Me in the Shower, which is very, very sexy.
Yes.
You know about that, huh? What you know about that there, boy? What you know about that there, boy?
Yes, baby.
But listen, so the song I Don't Want to Stop really was about my relationship with cocaine. You know, it describes a lady. And the lady, you know, the line is, the loving that you gave to me had me tripping like some ecstasy. But how was I to know that I would lose control of my money, my mind, and my soul? My addictive personality really gets the best of me. When it comes to loving you, any fool can see what you do to me. But I don't want to stop loving you, baby. Don't think I'll ever stop feeling for you. I know I gotta stop, 'cause you're no good for me. But I don't want to stop loving you, baby. That was about my addiction.
Wait a minute, press pause for just a second.
Yeah.
Press pause for just a second. I just had to exhale.
Exhale, let
it
go.
Boy, shit. Okay. Okay.
Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, but I let go. Okay, so let me tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me tell you where this took me. So I'm in New York, and it's July 26th. In fact, I could never forget this because this was a crossroads in my life, and it was my mother's birthday. So I got my little sack of cocaine, and I'm all by myself, and I'm doing what I'm doing all by myself, and I missed my mother's birthday. I did not call her, and I knew it was coming, but I didn't want to call her because I was high. I didn't want to call her. I knew I needed to, but I ended up not. So now I'm in trouble. I know that I'm not going to be able to avoid my mom forever, because I am the person who calls her first. At 12:01 on her birthday, and knowing that she's in the bed.
Okay, right, yeah.
And I sing happy birthday, and what you doing, even though I know she's in the bed. And I didn't do that. So now I know that the call is going to come. How come you didn't call me? What's the matter with you? And I knew that I was going to have to either come up with a really awesome lie, or I'm going to have to tell the truth. So in preparation of that, I knew that I was at a crossroads. So it was at that moment that I asked the Lord to save my life and to heal me and make me whole. And you know what? The truth is, the moment that I said that, I felt comforted. I felt like the Lord was standing there, arms outstretched, waiting, saying to me, I was just waiting for you. I was waiting for you to come back. And so, I confessed. I called my mom. I called my mother and, hey, how you doing? Happy birthday, Mom. Okay, now all of that. Okay, now how come I'm just now hearing from you? And it's the next day. It's the 27th. How come I'm just now hearing from you? Well, Mom, pause for dramatic.
Right.
I'm in trouble. She said, I know. I said, what are you talking about?
Oh.
I said, what are you talking about? You know I'm in trouble. She said, I know that you're in trouble. I said, if you know I'm in trouble, how come you didn't say something? And I love my mother to death. She said, because I could have talked to you until I was blue in the face, until you were ready to come talk to me. Then I knew there was really no point in me saying something. And so now you are talking to me. She said, so what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? My mom asked me. I said, well, when you see me and I hug you, I want you to hold on tight and don't let me go. Wow, my God.
Ooh, okay, you know what? Hold on, because I'm a very emotional person. I'm sitting over here. I got tears streaming from my face because I'm.
Wow. Okay. I'm getting a little emotional myself, but I'm gonna move forward.
I know. Hold on, honey. This is a perfect segue because I'm take a breathe, honey, because I want them, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna play this song because, as you just heard, Tony expressed that he finally got back to him. He had that breakthrough, and it led him eventually to record a gospel album that we'll talk about in a minute. But I've got to play this song right here, which is one of my favorites from the album. Hold on.
Okay.
Play it, baby. Play it.
Sometimes I think back to the times that I would fall. I think back to the times I was struggling and crawl. Didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know if I would ever make it through. I was blind, without a doubt, losing my mind. I was out of time. This song had reached down for me. Saved my life and now I'm free. With my heart, with my mind, all the time. With my hands, with my voice, it's my choice. With my walk, with my dance, it's my chance to. So all of my days and all of my ways, I'm gonna praise God. With my heart, with my mind, all the time. With my life, with my song, all day long, I'm gonna over now.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, come on with it now.
Woo! Okay, see, listen. Man. Oh.
That situation.
Number one, let me say this, because see, I've seen you in a play, and that was the first time that I caught your vocals live in person versus a television program, and I think it was Once on the Hearts of Men.
No.
Yeah. What's the one with that one with no, the other one that Steffi did with
His Woman, His Wife.
That's the one.
Yeah.
But Stephanie wasn't in, and she wasn't in that show. The one that I saw.
Okay.
It was someone else.
Chi.
But I caught when y'all came to Detroit, because I'm from Detroit.
The music hall. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Darling.
Wow, the show opened in Detroit. It started there.
Yeah, I caught it. And when I forgot the character's name because I started calling you by your name because I was about to throw a shoe. Oh, I'm when I'm in my music and my folks who know me, they know me.
Right.
Now I can't sit by you and I can't get all close because I will throw. I hit.
You will throw something.
Yeah, I hit because see, you can't be tickling my spine like that and think that you just gonna get away with the hell. No, you ain't gonna do me like that and think it's just gonna be all shits and giggles. Damn it, I got to hit you somewhere. But oh my Lord, when I heard this song, I lost my mind. The album, the whole entire album changed. Is just a complete testimony.
It's a testimony, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
It is a complete testimony.
Yeah.
And when I heard that, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, after hearing my story, then you get it. It just has that much more.
Oh God, yes. And see, I'm sitting over here. I'm in the whirlwind right now. I'm really in the whirlwind because I feel like I'm about ready to take off and just start flying because I'm just because after I'm just all the dots have connected and the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. I'm like I just want if you were here I would give you a big old hug and be like, brother, to come from there and to say I may have lost my way for a minute because I let the business break me, but I got back up. And to say, okay, let me tap back into the power source that I know is true for me.
Yeah.
And then get back on this thing. And now that I've learned, whoo!
Yeah.
Now that I've learned it, then I can go back and be true to myself and not put up with the bullshit from before, number one. And number two, my eyes are open and you can't run the same. Baby, if you're running on me this time, then it's my fault.
Right.
No, baby.
No, and that was when as I said before we went into that song about that was the moment, of a crossroads, and I was signed to a label, and I told them because my mom said when I said I just want you to hug me and don't let go, she said okay, I can do that, now come home. And, you have to understand, I was 37 at that time. And I was like, Mom, I'm a grown man. And I live in New York alone. And I'm not coming home. And she was like, okay, it can go down like this. You can come or I'm coming to get you. Which would you prefer? So I was like, okay, Mom, I'm coming. So I went home.
She done pull mama strings on it. Okay, with that hand on the hip.
Yeah, yeah.
And that whole little stairs patting that foot. Now, okay, now look here.
It can go,
okay, I'm
go
still
one way
mother.
or the other. Right.
Okay, now, okay.
Well, I went home to North Carolina, and I plugged back into my family, and I had to fix my relationships with my sisters and my father. My parents are still together, but I pulled
praise
out.
the Lord.
And friends. I mean, that were really friends that really cared about me. I had to really plug back in, and I got into the gym and started working out and getting in shape and just really strengthening my body inside out. And then that's when I knew that I had to testify. I had to do this gospel album, and the label thought it was a joke. They didn't want to support it. They didn't want it. So I asked them to let me go, and then I partnered with my partner Denver Wright, and then we did. Of course, the album changed, and then since then, that was in 2006 that album came out, and now and let me see, in 2003, I got a call from Roberta Flack, who needed someone to share the stage with her and sing the duets, sing all those beautiful duets with her.
Yes.
If I would. And I did. We traveled around the world for 5 years. I traveled with Roberta Flack singing those classic love songs. And we were doing, I went to some of the most exotic places. We were doing performances for kings and around the world, and heads of states and sheiks, Saudi sheiks, and the openings of castles and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that was awesome, and so in February of 2009, I decided that which was the 5-year mark, and we had just finished 2 months in Australia, in Hong Kong, and just on that side of the world, in New Zealand.
Wow.
And we came back, and I decided I had it. I don't want to look at Roberta another minute, and I love her to death, but she makes me ill. I didn't want to look at her. I didn't want to sing to her. I just didn't want to. I want to do Tony now, and
right.
So go ahead.
With all of that traveling, see, as I said earlier, you're a married man now. You have another child. Mm-hmm. What was that like for the family with you touring and being gone? And then, of course, now, your wife is your business partner. So how does that work?
Well, I'm buying food and paying rent and keeping my wife inside the clothes that she likes to have on and keeping that weave
well, hot tight. Jiggity boom. Is it that basic?
Keeping that weave tight, keeping those nails polished. Yeah.
Hot damn. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait.
Come on.
God damn it, wait.
Call it what it is. Say what it really is. Yeah. I mean, who can have a problem with that?
Is it that basic? God damn it. He said, look, I paid the guy. Okay, shit. I keep the food on the damn table. Hell. Okay, the pantry stocked. Shit, her hair's done. Her nails are done. She get the mani and the damn teddy. Okay, the baby got the pampers. Yeah. Shit, okay, it's all good.
Let's make it do what it is. Yeah, it's that simple. It really is.
It's that simple as see, that's why you got to love this, children. It's so basic. See, it's so simple as complex. Hot damn.
You're right. Damn. The concept of not being able to see the forest for the trees.
For the trees. See this. Now, damn it. Listen, folks, if you want to chime in, because I got a caller here want to ask a question. 347-205-9183. Okay, caller, I'm gonna come to you in just a few seconds because I like for the fans to sit up there in the callers to get all these things in. However, before I go to you, baby, because you may have, I try to be preemptive and to see if I got the right questions that they may want to ask. Now, listen, I'm understanding, as I said in the intro, honey. You just said it's time for Tony to do Tony.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're slightly older than me, dear. And see, I tell everybody I'm turning 40. No, I'm turning 40 in March, and I am so free right now. It is ridiculously insane.
March.
Okay.
What? March what?
March. Oh, you know what? We're both Pisces. I'm March 4th, dear.
I'm March 12th.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I'll be 46 in March. And
see, so that means you're going to be there at the threshold to welcome me into the 40 and over club.
Oh yeah, but look, it only gets better. Let me tell you something. you know, I take care of myself. You know, I'm really blessed that I have a family. And my wife is beautiful, and she has given me an absolutely stunningly beautiful son. And and she is stunningly beautiful. In fact, when I met my wife,
she is.
When I met my wife, I met her in Detroit. In Detroit at the airport.
How about that?
And when my wife came, you know, I was trying to catch a flight to D.C. I was going to Howard University to do a musical, and it was the flight was going through Atlanta, and I was trying to get on an earlier flight that would have allowed me to get into D.C. a few hours earlier, and then I could get some rest before I went into rehearsal. And then I was sitting there with this cat that I had met or had ran into on the way in the day before. I was there in concert with Roberta Flack. And so the cat was there the next morning. I guess he was there on business or whatever. And he recognized me, and we started talking, and we were talking about women or whatever. And then my wife came down. I'm gonna tell you something. She came down, and she was beautiful. And then all of a sudden, it was like she was walking in slow motion towards me. You know, that little thing that was happening.
Oh, did you have? Oh, wow.
I had the moment. I had that moment, and
you had the moment. Jesus.
And so then she sat like across from me. Let me tell you, this is how stupid I was. I was so afraid that she might actually say something to me. I was, and that's never happened because that's just that's just not part of the swag. You know what I'm talking about? So
right.
I picked up my phone and opened it up like I was talking to somebody. Like, hey, how you doing? There was nobody on the other end of the line.
I've been there, done that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. Listen. I'm gonna talk to you later. Okay. I'm trying to catch this flight. There was nobody on the line. So I hang up the phone, and then me and Ronnie started talking, and I ended up not getting on that flight, and I had to wait 3 hours to get on the flight that I was originally scheduled for. And Ronnie did get on that flight, and so I get to Atlanta, and of course it's 3 hours later, and I get to Atlanta, and I'm on my way to my connection, and the airport was exceedingly busy that day, and I hear my name, and I know that people know who I am. So, but this time, this just felt like something familiar, and so I'm like, who in the hell knows I'm in Atlanta right now that would be calling me? And I hear Tony. I turn around, I don't see anybody. Do a 360, I don't see anybody, so I keep walking. Tony. I turn around, and then I see it's Ronnie. And, she had given me her card in Detroit's airport, so I was like, okay, I'm going to call you, okay? And I just kind of, how you put your hand up to your ear, like, because there were way too many people between us. And so I was like, I'm going to call you. I motioned that I was going to call her, and then I got to my gate, and my flight was delayed. So I was like, let me call this chick up and see what she's talking about.
Right, okay.
And I called her up, and then we just started talking, and we clicked, and, the rest is history. 6 months later, maybe 6, 7 months later, because we were a couple for 6 months before we got married.
Okay.
And I knew that that I had found someone that was going to make me grow, and that we were going to grow together. We were going to grow together. We were going to grow spiritually together. And I'm not like, a Jesus freak. I do love the Lord. He is the head of my life. But I don't go around, trying to knock that over people's heads, because
you ain't on Esther with the Bible and things.
I'm not a Bible-toting, fire and brimstone kind of person,
Right.
I'm a very liberal Christian, There was, sometimes, it's time to praise, it's a time to praise, and it's time to get your swerve on. You know what I'm talking about?
Now listen. Okay, now see, here you go. See, a lot of folks a lot of folks don't understand that. See, we call that progressive Christianity.
Progressive.
Okay,
yeah.
Progressive. Because the kids don't, man. Okay.
Don't overdo it. It's in moderation. You just, you can keep it.
Everything
is scully, as I like to say. Keep it scully, and just moderation, and just be cool, and don't be out there trying to,
Right. Okay.
I don't want to end up on an episode of TMZ or nothing like that. I'm not trying to do.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do any of that. But I just knew that my wife was somebody that was going to make me a better man, and so we got together, and the rest is history with that.
Now when that happened for you, what was that transition like for you? Was it at a time that you knew you were ready to settle down, or did it come at a time where you knew that it was just time? But see, you've been on the road, you've been here, you've been there, you know, things that had a pretty little skirt and tight little waistlines, because I see that I think that's about where you fit in with tight little waistlines and things. You know, I'm on the far end of that, honey. The flip side, honey. Not I like the big old football players. Anyway.
Okay. I ain't mad at you. Hey, everybody got to have somebody.
Yeah. Whoa! Okay, don't listen. I'm trying to be cute. Anyway, but
oh my God.
When it was time, you know, for that whole transition for you, you know, were you able to say, okay, I think I'm ready for this, and I know this, or did you have to work your way into it?
No, I knew.
Okay, good.
You know, I mean, I wasn't looking for her, so,
which is when it usually happens anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't really checking for it at all, and it just kind of presented itself, and and I just kind of I knew, so. And when we talked together, in our early conversations, and I said to her, like, and I'd be out. I was living in Vegas at the time, and I would be out jogging in the morning because, Vegas, even though it is known, has a reputation as Sin City, it was very inspirational to me because of the mountains and, and in the fall, Vegas is a valley and the mountains have snow caps, and it was very spiritual to me. I wanted to run and I wanted to be outside and exercise and take care of myself, And so I would tell my wife, I think I'm talking to my wife. And she said, well, I think I'm talking to my husband. So from there, we just went on. And, and it was what it was. We got married at Caesar's Palace in Vegas in a beautiful garden wedding. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh,
I cried like a white woman when my wife came down the aisle.
Did you say you cried like a white? God damn it. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of damn you. He said I'd cry like a white woman. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. We got the tears of a white lady, honey, going down the aisle. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right, and the beautiful wedding and things, honey, that you're watching on General Hospital or All My Children or something, honey.
Yeah, it was.
While she's sitting down eating bonbons and things, which she was at the wedding. I got you.
This boy is crazy. Understand?
Woo! I got you. I got you, baby.
God.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, now hold on. Let me take this caller real quick because I told you I was coming to you. 313-865, 313-865, honey. Hey, darling, you're dishing tea with Big Meat. Hey, darling, hello? Caller? Oh, I got you. I got you, baby. Oh, turn your radio down, honey. Turn your computer down because I can hear. Yeah, we on a delay, baby. So turn it down and then talk to me. 865, 313-865, honey. Hey, darling, you're dishing tea with Big Meat. Hey, darling, hello? Hello? And I'm talking to myself. Okay, girl, you ain't ready. Anywho. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's all good. No worries. Yeah,
it's all good. I got caught up in the show, and I'm loving that. Just keep listening, boo. Keep listening.
Yeah. But okay. Listen, I got, there's a whole lot of stuff that I want to tell you about.
I know. So come on, because I want to get to the new stuff, because I know, most importantly, let me go here first.
Yeah.
Because I know Ronnie shared with me that you're putting together this benefit show. For the Haiti relief, and I want to make sure that the folks know about it. Talk to me, baby.
Yeah. Well, it's called Hand in Hand, Disaster Relief for Haiti, and we're putting that together. My wife has been working vehemently and diligently on this cause, on this event, with a couple of other people, Sherry Mallory and Tony Martin, who works for the mayor of Washington, D.C. But we're here in the A, and we are putting together this event on February 11th, and I'm pretty sure that the event is going to be held at the Gwinnett Civic Center. And we have the mayor's endorsement. We have endorsements by and commitment to participate from the Supreme Court Justice Robert Benham, and the like. We're working on getting Elton John to come through. We're working on. We got Rodney Perry who's going to host.
Rodney he was a guest of the show, honey. That's my baby.
Yeah, Rodney's a beast. I love him. I ain't gonna talk about him too bad. We were on a cruise. I try to stay in shape, right? And so we did a cruise together a couple of years ago.
Let me stop you for just a second.
What?
You don't try. LaRonda, baby, when I see you, girl, I got to give you a high five because folks in my community, honey, have always been worshiping your husband, baby. We done put him on the top 10. He's fine, and he keep his body together, baby. So a high five to you, my sister.
Yes,
go ahead, baby.
But look, so we was on the cruise, right? And I'm sporting these when I was living in Vegas, this little shop that sold these really deep V-neck T-shirts. And I had them in all colors, right? And I was on the cruise, and I would feature one every day, at least every day. So Rodney was on the cruise, and so they had the little comedy night. That I just didn't go to because me and my wife was hanging out on the boat, and when she was pregnant, we was having fun or whatever. So I hear Rodney's making jokes about me. He's like, Tony Terry in the room. And I didn't answer, I wasn't there. He was like, Tony Terry got cleavage, y'all. And when I tell you, the whole room fell out. And it was like the running joke. So I was like, okay, I got you, Rodney, I got you. So the next day, it's time for my show. And I'm getting up there, and I'm hot and sweating like a pimp in a child support hearing. And,
Shut.
You know what I'm talking about?
Dig it. They're going to take his fortune. Go ahead, baby.
Right. And so I was hot as hell. But but the joke had gotten to me, so I was like, listen, y'all, it's hot as hell up here. And I was going to take my shirt off, but somebody told me that Rodney Perry running around here talking about I got cleavage. So I'm not taking my shirt off. I'm just going to burn up in this motherfucker. So it was just so funny. Rodney is so funny. When I was on the Monique show, I reminded him that we had that running joke, and he just ran down the hall.
Yes.
It was so funny guy, great guy though.
Yeah, I couldn't get tickets to that show because, damn it, when I found out you were coming on, they had overbooked the show, and I couldn't get on. I was like, damn it, I was mad.
Yeah, it was a good performance.
But I did catch it, though. I just caught it that when it aired.
Now, let me tell you something. I have to do a little disclaimer about that and that performance because, Should a Man, which is a song that's going to be on my new album. On
the new album, right.
Which we knocked it out of the park. It was a great performance.
Yes, it was.
You noticed the clothes that I had on. I had them made. My wife's brother made those things for me. The suit,
okay.
And then the brown, he made that stuff for me. And
okay.
so, but we had a little costume malfunction, wardrobe malfunction with the collar that kept popping out. And, my wife was like, she wasn't having it. It had to be perfect. It had to be right. And so, I sang With You and knocked it out the park. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Then my wife was like, but your collar was sticking out. And so y'all have to do it again. So she stopped the daggone show. And y'all told the producers that they had to do it again. So I have to sing the song again. It was cold in the room, and be quite honest.
Yes, it's cold there, honey.
It was cold in the room, and me and my wife had a few words the night before. We had a little argument, as husbands and wives do. I'm just keeping it real. We're dishing the tea, right?
Baby, I'm loving you, sweetie. I am so loving you. Go ahead.
Right? We
big meat.
Okay. So, we had a little argument the night before. So I was a little hoarse, and it was cold, and I had to stop and and sit and let them fix my clothes, and then my voice started just tightening up. And so then we had to do With You again, and then it just was not as good as it was the first time. I mean, the first time was just absolutely connected, and just really. And then the second time it was just more mechanical, and and that was the performance. And by then my voice had locked up, and so I just wasn't there vocally like I needed to be. And and I'm not, hey, listen, we are human and we are flawed.
I mean, I know, honey. I know.
We have great days and we have bad days, and for me, that just wasn't like my best performance. And so then I went to a party for Monique a couple of days later for her birthday, and then we got to get back to the fundraiser. But I went to a party for Monique, and then I was sitting by one of the producers, and I was telling him why I decided to sing to a track as opposed to using the band, because when you're in the studio, the band sounds off the chain. I mean, great. But when you hear it on TV, it loses something.
Right.
I was there when Allison Williams taped, and Allison is a really good friend of mine. And I was
okay. Now you know I'm going there because I got that album with y'all duets on it, honey. Yes, the hell I do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah. So I was there, and Allison knocked it out the park. But then I saw it on TV, and I was just like, something's missing. So I decided to use tracks, and also I was telling him about why I did that, and so he was saying to me that, well, if you had, if you didn't like the performance, if you didn't like the way this, you could have listened to the performance after you performed, and then we would have remixed it until you were satisfied. But I'm saying, well, how the hell was I supposed to know that? Nobody told me that. So you mean to tell me that second performance that I know y'all gonna keep, I could have edited both performances together? I could have he was like, absolutely. I'm saying, well, then let's do it. But it was already Damn. It was Sunday, and the show was being aired that Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. So it was too late for me to go back. I'm saying, but why didn't y'all tell me that? If I wasn't happy, that I could have looked at the footage, and I was real disappointed. Because I know that people were really anticipating that performance, really wanted to see it, and I felt like I let my fans down just a little bit. With that
but you know what? Here we go. Because see, even though that went that way, and we done got the disclaimer out. Number one, you just gave them a little bit here.
Right.
Okay. Number two, February 11th, you're gonna do it again.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then it's with the cause, because all of us have been just destroyed by the effects of what this earthquake has done over in Haiti. And, all of us have our own little political agendas and what we think that our country is not doing and all of that. So we're going in here with the cause and with the purpose, and then with your spirit, man, and with the story, the story you just laid on us about where you come from in order to be able to it took all of that to make you the man you are today.
Oh, absolutely.
And now to go into this with a whole new concept of who you are, and then to give back, and then to know that you're giving from your heart, and that you done reconnected with all of your spirituality and things. See, this here is going to be an event not to be missed, and I'm going to volunteer my services in any way that I can, if it's awesome, to be there, to help the MC, if it's to help pass out a program, to help sit a motherfucker down, to help on the switchboards if you got callers.
Right.
I would love to volunteer myself and say I want in on this, because
we're going to take you up on it. We're definitely going to take you up on
it. Yes, because darling, that there is that's where it's at, and we have to do what we need to do, and I'm glad that you're stepping up. In fact, this is the first that I've heard of anybody here in Atlanta doing anything of this magnitude. To do what we can for the citizens of Haiti.
Yeah.
So, number one, let me say that I applaud you for that, my brother.
Thank you.
For stepping up to that plate and doing what you're called to do. So, yeah. Now, give us the information on that again.
It's going to be February 11th. Listen, for more specific information, first of all, I want y'all to hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Mr. Tony Terry on Twitter, at Mr. Tony Terry.
Yeah, as he's trying to learn this damn thing, y'all. But
look, you know what I'm talking about. That message probably, I was like, who in the hell? I done responded to this message 3 times. You still hadn't gotten it. I was doing it wrong. I ain't know. But then I finally figured out. Somebody told me what I was doing wrong and all that kind of stuff. So I done figured it out. We're back in effect. And, of course, I'm on Facebook, Ronnie, what's my Facebook address? I think it's Mr. Tony Terry on Facebook, and then MySpace, The Real Tony Terry. And then, of course, Tony Terry Online, all of which will be, connected to the hyperlink that takes us to the Hand in Hand page. It's a web page for the Haitian Relief Fund, and we're appreciating people's support, and and if people want to volunteer, please do hit me up on my Facebook page and on Twitter, and we will definitely be using as many volunteers as we can to help pull this off. And a big Meech, I really appreciate you making yourself available, and we're definitely going to take advantage of that.
Oh, darling, yes, I'm going to the job now. I'm putting that weekend off. Don't schedule me to work.
Yeah, but we're going to get it done.
I work at a hotel, so yeah.
Okay, well, what hotel? We'll talk about that after you get off, because sometimes, I might need that. I might need that for the cause, you know what I'm talking about?
I know, brother, I know. We're talking.
I might need that for the cause. But my wife, as I said, who lives with fibromyalgia, has been working diligently at pulling this thing together, and I'm really proud of her. And I guess probably accolades will come, but we ain't doing this for that. We're doing this out of an absolute need, and it's just like about our little piece, our drop in the bucket that we can do, because they have to rebuild their entire country. They have to rebuild a country.
Exactly.
And that's not something that's going to happen, just by one donation. That means continual and long-term support. And God forbid that something like that, of that magnitude would strike us here in the States. I mean, and things like that have happened, with Katrina and other natural
and 9/11, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we know that Haiti is not one of the, but it is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. And so without our support, they just are not going to make it.
Exactly.
We have
to,
as human beings, we have to do it. We're compelled to do it, if for no other reason, than that. I mean, how can you see another human? And we see it all the time. We know that there's human suffering in the world every day. There's human suffering right here in our country every day that we tend to not deal with. But we can't take a whole nation of people. We cannot watch a whole nation of people, who have lost everything, who have lost even their identities, even the children who are in orphanages, whose paperwork were lost in the tragedy, and now, for all intents and purposes, do not exist.
Right. Exactly. See, wow.
So we got to do that. So we and there's so much need, and we implore, I challenge you people to come out and support and donate for the cause, and not only to our cause, but just step up to the plate when you see, hey, listen, you can call, First Lady does this 999, where you just dial that, you just text that, and then they charge $10 to your phone, and then that goes in. Do it.
Exactly.
When you bless people, then you are blessed. When you give of yourself, then you can receive blessings. We can be a selfish people. We can think of only ourselves, but let's go ahead on and take care of each other. Let's go ahead and take care of our fellow man, so that our lives can be richly blessed. And that's why we're doing this.
See there. That's what it is, children. That's what it is, right there. I cannot. Oh, I'm fired up a little bit now. See, you got me going.
Yeah, but that's great. I mean, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give these motherfuckers 5 minutes. Right. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. No, this is awesome, man. Thank you so much.
You didn't think you were going to have this kind of fun. I love when I do that to the folks. I love it.
Yeah, I didn't think I didn't think that I would be, sometimes, to expose or to reveal, the real, what's really happening, makes you vulnerable. But I also know that me being revealing and being honest and forthcoming with, in every form that I get a chance to, that somebody is affected. Because you know what? When I was going through what I was going through with cocaine, you know what? Hey, trust. I'm not the only one.
Did you just say trust?
That I'm not the only one.
Trust and believe. Now listen. See,
somebody listening to your show right now is going through something.
And when they go back and catch it in the archives, because, see, all of my shows archives, so they can come back and revisit this at any given time.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's the thing. Because Tony said that to me as well, because he didn't think it was going to be what it was. He was like, you know, you've been exposed so much, and everybody's looking for the tabloid fodder. They're looking for, you know, just the sensationalism, and they want to take, you know, the little bits and pieces, and they want to sensationalize it just so that they can get the scoop or whatever. And see, I'm so blessed to that's not what this is about. What this here is about, number one, we miss you, dude.
Thank you, man.
You have a following on my job and in my circles. Folks have missed you. Okay, now we know that you've been on the circuit. On the circuit with the plays, and you know, sustaining yourself that way and sticking, you know, staying true to the craft and to the game. And like I said, singing your face in. See, now that you hear my voice, if you just sit back and think. Just concentrate, because you've heard my voice.
I heard it. You know, I heard it.
Okay, you've heard me. I heard me. And my voice is very distinctive. That's the time I said, just sit back and think. Because, damn it, you don't hear me say, ha-ha, damn it, sing, motherfucker. You know, you've heard that. Okay. And we miss you. And in order for us to get you to come back, the love got to be there. So dish what you need to dish, honey. Because I need you in your comfort zone. So that when you come back to us, baby, you're able to come back to us right, because you always served it to us real.
Yeah. That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So that's what it is.
That's really what it is.
That's exactly. Now, are you still doing your Thursday gigs out here at LONDZELL's?
No, LONDZELL.
Or did you have to put that on hold?
Knucklehead. And yeah, I said it. He's a knucklehead.
Oh, damn it!
I am going to be doing. Well, we were doing the Lovers Lounge at LONDZELL's. You know, the Lovers Lounge was an interest. I'm not saying was, because we were doing it at LONDZELL's, but we're going to be doing it around the city again. Probably, you know. Are you from Atlanta, Meech?
No, I'm from Detroit. I've only been here for it'll be 3 years, March 31st.
Okay, so then you weren't here when Atlanta Nights was popping off. Atlanta Nights.
I've heard about it.
Atlanta Nights is a club that, you know, that was around for many years, and, you know, I performed there many times, and it's reopening. They're reopening because, you know, downtown Atlanta and the whole Buckhead area, they kind of closed down all the clubs because, you know, the folks of Buckhead were complaining about the lateness and, you know, the people, you know, so the clubs have to close early. Well, now they're moving over into DeKalb County. Most of the clubs are moving over into DeKalb County. Well, they can stay open all night if they want to.
Dig it. Well, you know, DeKalb is the hood, baby. So yeah.
So they're opening Atlanta Nights again over on 78, and they've asked me to host their R&B live nights on Tuesday. So we're gonna incorporate the Lovers Lounge, and the Lovers Lounge really is about, you know, I come up. We start the night off with, you know, some spoken word, and then, you know, I'll come up and I'll do a set, or I'll have a guest, you know, come up and do a musical set, maybe about 30, 40-minute musical set, and then we turn the music off completely, and then we start a dialogue with the audience about life, love, and relationships.
Dig it. See, yes, I'm digging the concept on that. Yeah. Because I remember when you were looking for authors and this, that, and the other, I said, oh, well, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah. It was great, and I was really impressed with how involved people became. You know, I was impressed how men were willing to speak and share, because, see, that's really, for me, that was the motivation, because in our community, men, you know, we so hard and so thorough and so thugged out, and so, you know, we don't talk. Our conversation with each other is very surface. Man, you know, it's very jive-like. You know, it's about the game. It's about this. But you know what? Let's start talking about shit that really matters. Let's start talking about, you know, how do I fix the situation with my wife? How do I fix the situation with her? And how do I fix this mess that I'm managing? Let's talk about stuff that really matters so that we can start repairing each other.
Right. Exactly.
And that's really what it was about. It was about provoking a conversation so that we can fellowship. And, fellowship is kind of like a Christian word, but it really doesn't necessarily mean in a Christian setting. Fellowshipping is just talking. It's about communicating with one another. And so that's what we want people to do. We want to heal relationships. We want brothers to start talking to each other and using each other as sounding boards to get stuff off their chest. And, when we have issues, so that we don't go home and hit on our wives and, abuse our families and punch holes in the walls, because once you get that stuff off, then, if you don't get it out, then, it's like it will manifest in some way that's going to be negative in your life.
Better out than in, honey, because if it stays in, it festers and it lingers and it attaches itself onto little bitty bullshits that ends up making what was a little tiny anthole ends up becoming this ferocious volcano.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And not only that, but it can actually literally make you sick.
Yes, that's stress.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
stress
all of that is stress kills, honey. Yes, your body reacts to all of that. You end up being the victim of your own madness.
So we want.
How about that
really,
one?
We want to. Hey, that's like I'm writing that shit down right now.
Okay, you can have that one.
Well, look, it's about just being progressive, and you know what? I tell you what, I shared with you my testimony, and as much as I was sharing it and edifying people who might be listening, I was edifying myself, because as much I need to say it, and the more that I share where I was, the more I know where I'm going.
Okay, now.
Huh? You can use that one. Okay.
Oh, touche, motherfucker, you get that one. Okay, touche, right back. Okay, he just threw that pie right back out, my bitch ass. I got it. Yeah, okay.
Oh, my God.
Ow. Oh, you threw that pie right back. I love you for that. Okay. Oh, yeah, you done been around the block a few times. Okay, children. He been talking about some of the best up there, baby. Woo! That was cute.
Oh, my God.
That was cute.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, wow. But yes, baby, yes. When you share your testimonies, honey, you have to see that's part of the empowerment.
It is.
Of reaching back to your spirit and to connect, because you have to know where your power base is.
Right.
And the more that you share it, the more you bask in where you came from and understanding what you've overcome. And then it strengthens you to know that and to know that you overcome it, and it fortifies your strength to prepare you for the next obstacle. Because as long as we're on this side of life, baby, we're going to have the little potholes, and sometimes you're going to run into a sinkhole here and there.
Right.
But you know what to do to get around it and out of it. Yeah. And even if the situation is different, which most of the time as you grow, it becomes a little different in some way, but the basic tools to get out of it is the same. And once you share that and explain it to folks, baby, it takes you there. That's stuff like this. I'm just applauding you, and I'm just thankful that this platform was available for you to strengthen yourself once again. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean.
Yes, baby. Now, here, listen, because I want you to make a couple of dollars. Okay. When is this next album dropping, honey?
Oh, well, the single is out. Closest Thing to Perfect. The single is out. There is, you can buy it on MySpace, The Real Tony Terry, MySpace/The Real Tony Terry. You can listen to it and then purchase it. You want to have it, I want you to download it for your iPods and whatever, your MP3 players or whatever. It's a great tune. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. I think it's a hit record. And then it's going to be followed up by another record. Check this out. It's called Bedroom Banger. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, now, LaRonda, baby, if I hear about you pregnant when this song drop, girl,
oh my God.
Okay, okay now, okay, all right, sugar, get it, girl, because I ain't mad at you, damn it, shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, have mercy. Okay, now hold on. Let me do this here. Because my partner said we're down to the last 3 minutes of the show, and I want to say thank you nows to everybody who's on and who's listening. Okay, I see I got another caller. I'm going to come to you, caller. Make sure you get your question in. But for those if you're listening by computer, in the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds, it's going to stop streaming on the computer. If you're listening by phone, you're going to catch everything until I hang up, okay? But I'm going to play the latest single because I want you guys to catch it.
Okay.
But okay, I got you, bro. What I tell you, this is about you, baby. We got to get you back in here. So I'm going to play the new single now, and I want you guys to pay attention. So if you missed part of it, just come back into the archives and catch it, okay? So thank you. I love you, and we're going to listen to the closest thing to perfect right now.
I never thought that someone would come and change something that once was. Never thought that it would come again. It must have been a man of bad. Threw love out the window and you must have been outside, because it landed on your heart, and I don't know the reason why. God bless me with you, I did. So much dirt, I'm ashamed of it. Girl, you get my highest bid. This love, I don't wanna quit. She must have told the heaven skies that she would be right back, 'cause she's an angel, that's a fact. In love with me is where she's at. To see if it was real. I never thought that I would gain a love so good and feel. You caught my love out the window and brought it back to me. Got you 20 vision, but you were all I see. Angel, angel, baby, you were sent from heaven. Angel, angel, Lord knows I don't deserve this blessing. She must have told the heaven skies that she would be right back, 'cause she's an angel, that's a fact. And love with me is where she's at. Baby, you are priceless. Superhero lady, baby, you're my sidekick. You're my sidekick. I'm the world. All the hard times. I never thought I'd be the man. But I won't make it if she leaves. She's an angel, I understand, but please don't take her love. No, please don't take it. I'm your superhero, and all the hard times are worth it, baby. Baby girl, you deserve it. I'm the superhero, baby, you're my sidekick. Say yeah. I never thought I'd be the man to have the closest thing to perfect. And I thank God.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You feeling that, Meech?
Yeah, baby, am I?
That's what's up.
Am I?
That's what's up.
Am I? See you. So I'm gonna tell you something.
What's that?
If all you have to do to get me going is I'm one who listens to, and this is really something, because my musical ear for singing is it needs to be worked on, because I think I'm Patty and Stephanie and with the Luther back when I need to be just Demetrius. Okay. Okay. However, my ear is not at its best. But when I'm listening to music, and I'm not trying to sing with it or whatever, see, I love nice grooves and carrying on. And see, you like to tickle notes, baby.
Right.
Because you hear me chuckling over here. You would tickle a note. I'm like, okay, now he playing with my damn affection. Okay.
Oh, my God.
And I love that.
Yeah.
But this is just, because I've been playing this and I've been playing this because I downloaded it from Amazon.
Okay.
And I said, okay, this is cute. This is really cute. And I've been playing it and playing it and playing it because I'm listening to the words, honey. And I said, oh, the closest thing to perfect, honey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. And see, that thing, let me ask you this, because, see, I noticed the message. If you were to say there was a message or a couple of messages with the music of Tony Terry, why is it that you make music? What is it that you would tell the audience that you wish to say or to bring out? You know, because everybody, you know, we hear that from celebrities all the time. I'm just glad that you understand my vibe and that you're into my music. But what is it that you're saying? Because all that translates into the song selections that you pick and this, that, and the other. What is Tony Terry's message to the world through your music?
That the bottom line is, at the end of the day, it's about loving and being loved.
Oh, right.
That's it. I mean, you know, what else can you take with you? You can't take, you know, I can't take a bottle of Bub with me. I can't take no 22s. You know, when you rolling on 20s and you popping bottles of Bubs, I can't take none of that with me. And at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is how much you loved and how much you were loved. That's it. You know,
it's so simple as complex, Joe.
It really is simple. It really is simple. I'm not really trying to reinvent the wheel. That's why I don't have a problem with, you know, vacillating from gospel to R&B because, you know, hey, the closest thing to perfect, I am the closest thing to perfect because as I strive to be more like Christ, that's what I'm striving for.
You better say that.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, a song like that, you know, a song that really is rooted in truth and in honesty and in love is, in fact, spiritual. We call it R&B because of how we treating it. We call it R&B, but it's spiritual, and love is the foundation of religion. So yeah, I can go ahead on and stand in the pulpit and say, when I'm with you, I hear a song that makes me laugh and smile and sing to you. When I'm with you, I feel so free. I feel that love is gonna take control of me when I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? I can sing that in the pulpit because that's love.
Wow! Wait!
That's love. That's real talk.
Whoa. Okay, wait a minute. Now, damn it. LaRondra, okay, girl. Okay, girl. Okay, you going to be my sister. That's why you my damn sister, girl. That's why you my sister. This got to stay in the fucking family, girl. I refuse to believe. Girl. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? See, that's why you my sister. Yeah, sister. Woo!
Oh, my God.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. Really hit it in a nutshell. And listen, there's also another tune that you can download. It's on iTunes. It's called, you know, the song that I sang on Monique. It's called Should a Man Cry?
Yeah. Okay, it's on iTunes because I'm sitting up here. I was supposed to be uploading that because your writers of that tune, they tweeted me. And I'm like, okay, girl, I know it. I got it. I've heard it. But I couldn't find it. I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. I know I saw it, and I couldn't find it in time for the show. So I'm going to have to go there, and I'm going to have to bunch it. But trust me, when I bunch it, I'm putting it in my caller queue because Yeah, I'm gonna put that out there for you because I'm gonna be playing that in between a couple of things, honey. So yeah, we got you on that. We got you because I told her we gonna do the damn thing, honey.
Yeah. That's what's up. Well, look, man, what a journey this has been.
This has been a wonderful. Wait a minute, give me 5 seconds. Let me take this call. I told this child I was coming to them. Hold on, 898.
You can have 25 seconds.
Okay, do I got 20? Okay, do I
call? You got as much time as you need, dude.
Hold on, let me take this call. 989-790-989-790. Hello there, baby. You're dishing tea, honey, with Big Meat and Tony Terry. Hello, caller.
Hey.
Now, you know I've been waiting on you to call in. Talk to the man.
Look, I'm just like the biggest fan ever. And I just love you even more because you're just a real brother, man.
Oh,
I just loved everything you had to say, and I'm happy about you and your wife, and I'm glad you're coming back, man, because we have been missing you, man. That's just fabulous.
Wow.
That last little bit, you know what? I want to throw the phone, the shoes, the house, all of that. Why you playing? All right.
Oh my God. Hey man.
This is one of my best friends, child. This is what I was telling you about all show long.
Yeah, that's awesome. Listen, I have to say, it really is amazing to me that, a song like With You has affected people the way that it has. I know that music, is, when we're depressed, when we're going through something, when we're happy, when we're down, when we're up, when we're fucked up, when cool. It's all about music. And the fact that I have a song that that has left an impression on people, and that has become the part of the fabric of people's lives, really is beyond anything that I could have ever expected. And I consider myself so fortunate that that I have something, that I've given something to the world that that people love, and that really, to me, that's really what it's all about. That's
there. And to know that your work is not in vain, honey.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Right.
It's not in vain.
That's the real right there.
Darling. Woo! Mercy. Okay, darling, was that all you needed to say?
That's it. That was a great show. Thanks.
Okay. I'm going to call you in a minute. You know I am. Yeah, baby. Okay, I'll talk to you in a second. Okay, bye.
Hey, dude,
that's my Judy right there.
All your shows go down. All your guests have that much fun with you. They have to.
Oh, my darling, I make it that way. Even with topics that may be a little touchy or whatever, honey, it ends up the same. I've been pissed a couple of times, but we got through it. And it's all good. So on that, let me thank you and your wife, because I know you guys were trying to get the baby to the doctor and things and all of that. So I'm going to now let you have your family back and your family. I thank y'all for letting me have a little piece of this time. But on the real, y'all get with me ASAP on this the benefit information, so that I can do my part and making sure it gets out and making sure that hopefully I can pull some volunteers. And I definitely want to be a part of this so that we can make it happen, baby. I just want to make it happen.
I appreciate you for that. All right, mad love.
All right, I appreciate you for just coming out and being real.
Yeah,
see, you can't buy this. See, this is what life is all about. You can't hide behind it. It is what it is, and when you're real and not afraid of it, honey, you can still just go forth and be like, okay, yes, keep on walking, keep on moving forward, because time, if we all are like time, time moves forward, time never looks back. Right. Time don't have time to sit around and worry about anybody else's bullshit. Right. Time is focused, and it's ongoing. And when it's gone, it never comes back. That's so if we live our lives more like time, honey, would be all right. And then make time our friend. Yeah. Because if we stop racing with time and making time the enemy, then we have all the time in the world. So with that, I thank you so much. Wow, I'm invigorated. So, LaRonda, baby, he's all yours again, sugar.
All right, man. Okay. Be blessed. All right, I'll talk to you.
Be blessed, and we'll chat real soon.
All right, man. Peace.
All right now. Bye-bye. Woo! Children, honey. Did you have a good time? Did you have a good time with this one? Baby, oh, wow. See, this is when I laughed, I've cried, I've got invigorated, I got hot and bothered and horny. See, this was one of them, it was all of the above, honey. This is all of the above. All of the above, sugar. So I invite you to come on back, listen to it in the archives over and over again. I'm going to post this on his Facebook page, and I'm going to keep you abreast of what's going on with the benefit show down here. It's in the Atlanta area, up in Gwinnett County, folks. So if you're in the area, make sure that you come out and you support. It's going to be wonderful singing, a wonderful time. I already know it. I'm going to claim it, honey. And because I'm going to be there, say that. Anywho, we just want to make sure that we do everything that we need to do to uplift Haiti and to start the rebuilding process with them, and then also to uplift yourselves, to do something that's going to mean something to you as well, because you'll get something out of it as you begin to grow and build yourself spiritually and emotionally and physically even. So with that, my darlings, I want to take this time and say thank you for dishing your tea with me. Come again next week. Next week we're going to start, I'm going to do a special show to kick off Black History Month. It's going to be our first Wednesday of February, and we're going to explore the life of Mr. Stokely Carmichael. I'm going to have his son, who is my co-worker. His name is Eric Toure Muhammad. It's going to be on, and we're going to go about the life and times of Stokely, and we're also going to talk about the black community today. You know, from that time to now, what does it mean? What does the LGBT community fit in the spectrum of the struggle? And we're going to break it down, and we're going to get real, folks. So I want you to come back with me next week if you can. If you can't, I do understand you can catch it in the archives and all of that. Tell a friend, honey. If you love me, tell an enemy, honey, if you hated it. But one thing is for sure, this is going to go on and go forth. My name is Big Meech, and you've been dishing tea with me. I welcome you to come back in next week. And until that time, my darlings, have a good one, and I will talk to you again. I'm going to take you out again. Let me take you out with praise one more time, honey.